Chapter 3 Glimpse of the Past Question Answers from Class 8 Subject English Book Honeydew. Comprehension check. Question 1. Look at picture 1 and recall the opening lines of the original song in Hindi. Who is the singer? Who else do you see in this picture? Answer. So friends, this is the picture. The opening lines of the original song in Hindi are ए मेरे वतन के लोगों तुम खूब लगा लो नारा, ये शुभ दिन है हम सबका, लहरा लो तिरंगा प्यारा, पर मत भूलो सीमा पर वीरों ने है प्राण गवाए, कुछ याद उन्हें भी कर लो, कुछ याद उन्हें भी कर लो, जो लौट के घर ना आए, जो लौट के घर ना आए. This beautiful heart-touching track was sung by Lata Mangeshkar. In the picture, we see great leaders of India, namely Lal Bahadur Shastri, Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, Indira Gandhi, Rani Lakshmi Bai of Jhansi, Bal Gangadhar Tilak, Bahadur Shah Zafar, Lala Lajpat Rai, Bhagat Singh, Mahatma Gandhi, and Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose. Question 2. In picture 2, what do you understand by the company's superior weapons? Answer. The East India Company's superior weapons refers to the arms and ammunition such as guns and cannons, with strict rules and regulations and diplomacy of the British rulers. Question 3. Who is an artisan? Why do you think the artisans suffered? Picture 3. This is the picture. Answer. An artisan is a skilled craft worker who manually creates decorative or functional items. The artisans suffered as the British were extracting high taxes from them, because of which they were facing an economic loss on their products. Moreover, the British were importing machine manufactured items from England and selling them on a large scale, thereby ruining the existing market of handmade products made by the artisans. Question 4. Which picture, according to you, reveals the first sparks of the fire of revolt? Answer. Picture 7, The Sparks 1855 to 57 reveals the first sparks of the fire of revolt. So friends, this is the picture 7. Next, working with the text, answer the following questions. First, do you think the Indian princes were short-sighted in their approach to the events of 1757? Answer. Yes, the Indian princes were short-sighted in their approach to the events of 1757 as they failed to see and understand the bad intentions of the British rulers. The British slowly became virtual rulers who tried to capture the whole country by winning the confidence of princes and helping them win small battles against other local princes. Question 2. How did the East India Company subdue the Indian princes? Answer. The East India Company spread their business by importing machine manufactured items from England and selling them extensively. The Indian princes were constantly at loggerheads and fighting with each other. Due to this, they took the help of the English merchants to fight their counterparts. The ordinary people lost peace due to these constant fights. These rivalries indirectly helped the East India Company subdue the Indian princes one at a time and slowly gain complete control over the masses. Question 3. Quote the words used by Ram Mohan Roy to say that every religion teaches the same principles. Answer. Ram Mohan Roy told his wife Uma, cows are of different colors, but the color of their milk is the same. Different teachers have different opinions, but the essence of every religion is the same. Question 4. In what ways did the British officers exploit Indians? Answer. The British exploited Indians in several ways. They imposed high taxes on the peasants, reduced the import duty on goods manufactured in England, and imported those to India, and cut the thumbs of expert artisans and ruined their business. Question 5. Name these people. First, the ruler who fought pitched battles against the British and died fighting. Answer. Tipu Sultan of Mysore fought pitched battles against the British and died fighting. Second, The person who wanted to reform society. Answer. Raja Ram Mohan Roy, a learned man from Bengal, wanted to reform society. Third, the person who recommended the introduction of English education in India. Answer. Macaulay, an Englishman, recommended the introduction of English education in India. Fourth, two popular leaders who led the revolt. Choices may vary. Answer. Two popular leaders who led the revolt were Maulvi Ahmadullah of Faizabad and Peshwa Nana Sahib. Question 6. Mention the following. First, two examples of social practices prevailing then. Answer. Child marriage and untouchability. Second, two oppressive policies of the British. Answer. Firstly, the British did not impose any import duty on goods manufactured in England, and this crippled the Indian cottage industries. Secondly, the British continued to oppress Indians in 1818 by passing the Regulation 3rd, under which an Indian could be jailed without trial in a court. Third, two ways in which common people suffered. Answer. The farmers were heavily taxed by the British, and the thumbs of the skilled artisans were cut to ruin their business. Fourth, four reasons for the discontent that led to the 1857 War of Independence. Answer. Four reasons leading to the discontent are: first, Indians became slaves in their own country. Second, Indian industries were destroyed by the East India Company. Third, the Indians were not being treated equally as the British. Fourth, the Indian customs were spoiled as the grease used on the bullet was made of cow and pig fats. Next, working with language. In comics, what the characters speak is put in bubbles. This is direct narration. When we report what the characters speak, we use the method of indirect narration. Study these examples. First farmer, why are you men taking away the entire crop? Second farmer, your men have taken away everything. Officer, you are still in arrears. If you don't pay tax next week, I'll send you to jail. The first farmer asked the officer why his men were taking away the entire crop. The second farmer said that their men had taken away everything. The officer replied that they were still in arrears and warned them that if they did not pay tax the following week, he, the officer, would send them, the farmers, to jail. First, change the following sentences into indirect speech. First, first man, we must educate our brothers. Second man, and try to improve their material conditions. Third man, for that we must convey our grievances to the British Parliament. The first man said that they must educate their brothers. The second man added that they must try to improve their material conditions. The third man suggested that they must convey their grievances to the British Parliament. So friends, you can note the answer. Second, first soldier, the white soldier gets huge pay, mentions and servants. Second soldier, we get a pittance and slow promotions. Third soldier, who are the British to abolish our customs? The first soldier said that the white soldier got huge pay, mentions and servants. The second soldier remarked that they got a pittance and slow promotions. The third soldier asked who the British were to abolish their customs. Speaking and writing, play act the role of farmers who have grievances against the policies of the government. Rewrite their speech bubbles in dialogue form first. So friends, you have to do this yourself. Second, look at the pictures. Fox accidentally falls into a well. How do I get out of here? The goat asked. Hello, is this water sweet? Too sweet. I have had so much I might faint. Let me taste it. Thanks for the help. Come out when you can. My mother used to say, be careful how you take the advice of people you don't know. Ask one another questions about the pictures. Where is the fox? The fox is in the well. How did it happen? The fox fell down accidentally. What is the fox thinking? The fox was thinking how to get out from there. Who is the visitor? The goat. What does she want to know? She wanted to know whether the water tasted sweet or not. What is the fox reply? The fox replied, "Too sweet, I have had so much I might faint." What happens next? The goat wanted to taste the water, so the goat came inside the well. Where is the goat? The goat is in the well. Where is the fox now? The fox is now out of the well. What is the goat thinking? The goat is thinking what her mother The goat is thinking what his mother used to say, that is, be careful how you take the advice of people you don't know. Second, write the story in your own words, give it a title. So, friends, you have to do this yourself. Third, read the following news item. History becomes fun at this school. Mumbai. Students in the 6th grade of a certain school in Navi Mumbai love their history lessons thanks to a novel teaching aid. It is not surprising given the fact that their study material includes comic books and they use their textbooks for reference to put things into perspective. Besides, students are encouraged to tap other sources of information as well. During history classes, students pore over comic strips of historical periods, enact characters of emperors and tyrants, and have animated discussions on the subject. History has become fun. In the class, students are asked to read the comic strip aloud, after which they break up into groups of four, discuss what they have heard, and write a summary. Each group leader reads his group's summary aloud, and the whole class jumps into discussion and debate, adding points, disagreeing, and qualifying points of view. A 6th grade student says it's a lot of fun because everyone gets a chance to express themselves and the summary takes everyone's ideas into account. According to the school principal, the comic strip format and visuals appeal to students. A historian feels that using comics in schools is a great idea. Comics and acting help students understand what characters in the story are actually thinking. Adapted from the Times of India, New Delhi, October 2007. Based on this news item, write a paragraph on what you think about this new method of teaching history. Answer: I think this new method of teaching history using comic books and role playing is a fantastic idea. It makes learning much more interesting and fun for students. Instead of just reading from a textbook and memorizing facts, students get to see history in action through colorful visuals and stories. Acting out historical characters helps them understand how people felt and thought in those times. Group discussions also allow everyone to share their ideas and learn from each other. This method encourages teamwork, creativity, and curiosity. I believe more schools should use such exciting ways to teach history because it helps students enjoy learning and remember things better. Fourth, find the chapters in your history book that correspond to the episodes and events described in this comic. Note how the information contained in a few chapters of history has been condensed to a few pages with the help of pictures and speech bubbles. So, friends, you have to do this yourself. Fifth, create a comic of your own using this story. Once the sun and the wind began to quarrel, each one saying that he was stronger than the other. At last, they decided to test each other's strength. A man with a cloak around his shoulders was passing by. The wind boasted, "Using my strength, I can make that man take off the cloak." The sun agreed. The wind blew hard. The man felt so cold that he clasped his cloak round his body as tightly as possible. Now it was the turn of the sun, which shone very hot indeed. The man felt so hot that he at once removed the cloak from his body. Seeing the man taking off the cloak, the wind conceded defeat. So, friends, you have to do this yourself. With this, we have completed all the question answers from Glimpse of the Past from Class 8 Subject English book Honeydew. If you like the video, kindly like it and share it with your friends. You can support me with channel membership and super thanks. We will meet in the next video. Thank you for watching.